Welcome to the John McAfee Psychedelic Special on the Lucid Truth. I'm your host, Isaac Lindenberger, and today I will be interviewing the entrepreneur and tech revolutionary, John McAfee. John is the inventor of the famous antivirus software by his same name, and is widely recognized for his contributions to cryptocurrency. In this episode, we focus on John's experience with psychedelics, discuss the revolution of consciousness that they can offer, and consider how DMT could potentially prove the existence of another dimension. So without further delay, I bring you John McAfee. Someone all of you know and love, John McAfee. John, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Okay, well, thanks for inviting me on. I'm happy to be here, folks.
We're happy to have you.
I'm just moving my mic around for 1 second. Please forgive me. I'm an old man, and this new technology. There we go. Shouldn't things get smaller as they get better? No.
Yes.
This 30-pound monster. What the fuck, man? Anyway, my apologies.
So, there's been a lot going on in the world, and a lot of that is happening in the external. But for this interview, I want to focus on the internal. So to start with this, can you tell us about your most profound psychedelic experience?
Oh, you are shitting me. Well, I mean, it's profound in a lot of different ways. And there's okay, I will tell you my most profound, because really, I think by any measure it is. It happened in St. Louis, Missouri, and I was working as the director of programming for the Missouri Pacific Railroad, implementing a brand new technology to schedule the shipment of these thousands of rail cars, all of them going from one place to another different fucking place, to make that all automated. I mean, doing really good, exciting stuff, and taking a lot of drugs. So in any case, I was director of programming. I think it may have been a Friday night, a Saturday night. I don't really know. But in any case, some people brought over this orangey, not orange, what do you want to call it? Rosy orange. Don't you guys who are my age start thinking about orange sunshine? No, it wasn't that. That's just LSD. Fuck that shit. No. Anyway, the substance was MDA. Now, don't you guys don't go jumping off a cliff saying MDMA. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah. No. That's ecstasy is MDMA. No. MDA. Well, in any fucking case, I'd never taken it before. But I was at that moment of taking it on a variety of other drugs. Certainly marijuana. Certainly that. More than likely some psychedelic or other mushrooms. Who fucking knows? But I was in one of those time dilation bombs where you just don't know how much, right? Because in that period of time, I mean, it's like, so, and this was, we were snorting it, whatever it was, we were snorting it. And I felt nothing after it seemed like half an hour, right? Neither did anyone else around me, although they didn't seem concerned. They didn't want to take anymore, but I'm going, hey, you guys got ripped off here. I snorted such a massive overdose that when it finally hit, and the whole bag was up my nose, Yeah, this is even now, an emotional experience, folks. So the first thing that happened is the people around the table turned into animals, pigs, mostly. Were they all pigs? I can't remember. But
Ah.
but the room began spinning in a helix spiral like DNA, up, and things began to shake. And we all got on the table. This is me, and one, two, three, four, five. Me and five animals on this table spinning um, up through the roof into the sky, through the stratosphere to the point that we were all crowding, terrified of the height,
Wow.
the sickly height. And then the universe as I knew it shattered into a trillion fragments, like a mirror, with each fragment having a piece of reality on it, but not the full picture. And so I spent 3 months trying to recover from that. Lost my job, obviously. I couldn't fucking work. My wife and daughter left me. My daughter was 2, 3, 2. Left me, went to live with my mother in Tennessee. And I was alone in this apartment in St. Louis, working it all out. Took me 3 months. Now, even today, I don't understand large segments of the reality surrounding me because I could never find the pieces that would reflect that reality. And this is how I have lived for 40 years.
That's interesting. So the actual trip reflected how you kind of view the world, in a sense.
It never stopped. The trip never stopped.
You did take the whole bag. So that was MDA?
MDA, to the best of my remembrance. Listen, the substance does not matter.
Right. It's the experience.
What mattered was what happened after meeting that substance. I mean, does it need a name?
Right. It's more of like an
Sorry.
energy.
I'm just visualizing it now. You're wandering down the street. You meet this thing which catapults your life, over the bridge into the chasm. And, you never thought to ask the name, did you? People go, hey, what was it called? What was it called? Fuck up. No, doesn't goddamn matter what his name was.
I read a quote from, I think this is from someone who was talking about you, watching you during a trip. They said, part of him believes he's still on that trip, that everything since has been one giant hallucination, and that one day he'll snap out of it and find himself back on his couch in St. Louis listening to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Who the fuck told you that?
I saw it on the internet.
Really?
Yeah. Are you about to wake up in St. Louis listening to Dark Side of the Moon 30 years ago? Maybe this is all that same trip.
I hope not again. I hope not again.
Right, it's
We
already happened.
didn't go very deep into that trip, you and I. I just told you the grossest, most inconsequential of outward results. No, fuck me. No, people.
You want to talk more about the trip?
I don't think so. I don't think it would enlighten either anyone listening nor myself.
That's okay. So I have some other questions for you on that notion. So,
Yes.
what was it like working on LSD, routing trains with an IBM computer?
How did you know it was IBM? Hey, where did you get this information from? I'm
Uh,
just curious.
I'm a very good researcher, and
Fuck.
I like
Yeah.
to do my digging when I have guests on my show.
God damn. Yeah, it was.
That's pretty
IBM,
specific, isn't it?
IBM 360 is fucking, you can't get any goddamn more specific than that. Yeah, okay. It was. And that was hot shit back then, people. No, that was it. IBM 360. Motherfucking hell. Every company in America and around the world were terrified that IBM was just going to take over the goddamn world um, with their leap ahead. Now, that computer had, and it took up half a city block, had less power than the cell phone that you have in your pocket right now. That's an absolute fucking fact.
Wow.
And that's where I've been. That road from the very beginning, even though that was not my beginning. My beginning was way back before you had keyboards and monitors, people. So, where was I? What was the question again?
So, what was it like working on LSD routing trains with that IBM computer?
Oh, fuck. Listen, I didn't work often on LSD. I don't do well on heavy psychedelics enough to work.
Honestly, that makes sense.
I'm telling you, I just haven't. And I always tried to be smart enough to at least keep my employment so that I could pay the rent and buy more LSD or whatever it was I wanted, right? So other drugs, of course, cocaine, marijuana, of course. Everybody was working on that shit.
Right, right. Probably less few like tripped out on acid while they're trying to work on routing fucking trains.
No, it, it just, I don't think it's possible for me. I just don't think it is. I mean,
I think you're right.
I'm just saying.
I think so. Have you ever tried DMT?
Yes, I don't like DMT.
Really?
It's too sudden. It's over too fast. You can't even get yourself situated in your fucking situation before it's over.
Right.
It's no, it's jagged for me.
Maybe you would like ayahuasca.
Well, no, yes, I do. It's just too slow for me.
Right. Fair enough. It is like 4 or 5 minutes.
No, if you listen, here's my favorite one. Let's cut to the chase, people. Mushrooms, for fuck's sake, people. If you want the psychedelic trip that you can even overdose on those motherfuckers if you choose, right? If it's not heavy enough, chew a few more. No, that's the beauty of mushrooms, isn't it? Get as
Yeah.
high as you want. Get as high as you fucking want. Oh, now here's another story. Uh, no, this is nothing. This is not a bad one. Nothing like my St. Louis trip. But this one, okay. Here's my other psychedelic experience that has always stuck with me. Mushrooms. So I am now in Santa Clara. Have I started McAfee at McAfee Company? If not, I'm working at Lockheed. We're in that area, 1985, maybe 1986. At that cusp of what the fuck am I going to do with my life, right? So in any case, I got a bag of mushrooms. A friend dropped him off and had to leave. He was doing more deliveries of shrooms in the neighborhood and had to buzz off. So I popped a couple while I was doing my thing. And again, whatever else I was on must have dilated time, but nothing happened on the mushrooms. So I didn't feel them. I felt, psilocybin or psilocybin, whichever branch of the world you wish to pronounce from. Nothing happened. I recognize that shit. It's not my body. I ended up eating the whole fucking bag, getting pissed, jumping in my car, going downtown San Jose, I don't know what, roaming the streets, which I intended to do. I parked the car across from the main park in San Jose, California. Got out. And there's a dog across in the park looking up in the sky going, woof, 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 woof. and I love dogs. Everybody will tell you that's my soft spot in life. I love dogs. I love them all. I'm not afraid of any. I don't like particularly the little rat dogs, the tiny little things that women put in purses. But still, and other than that, so I walk across the street because I'm curious. Well, man, what's up there? You got to be more than a squirrel, right? So maybe a possum. I'm looking up in the tree and I'm looking. I don't see jack shit. And I go, what are you barking at, boy? And the dog says, nothing.
What?
I was trying to get your attention. Now follow me. Now that was another interesting trip. Yeah, see, shrooms, people, trust me. If you can eat enough without throwing up, you can get some intense goddamn trips. I'm saying now.
Wow, that's hilarious. The dog tried to get your attention and said I was barking at nothing. What the fuck?
Dog said. I'm looking up at the tree while the dog is doing nothing. I was just trying to get your attention. And I'm looking down at the dog. And the dog looks up at me and he goes, follow me. And that was
my God.
So
that sounds like the start of a great adventure.
Well, it was. I'll be frank with you. In any case, yes. Psychedelics. Is this what your show is about? Psychedelics?
Yes. Do you know who Rick Strassman is? He made DMT, the spirit molecule, with Joe Rogan.
No, I'm sorry. I don't get out much. I'm 74.
That's okay. Well, Joe Rogan is the DMT guy. He talks about, have you done DMT, that kind of thing. He made a documentary with Rick Strassman called The Spirit Molecule. And it's about DMT. He's the leading expert on psychedelics. He was actually one of the last guests on this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was really awesome. We were talking about
let me ask you a question. I'm sorry. But listen,
sure.
Let's be fair with one another. I'm on your show. Helping you with your guests in the most entertaining manner that I can. In return, I'm going to ask for 2 minutes of your time. Is that okay? Good.
Yes.
So, listen, I really don't get out much in the younger world. How many people take psychedelics a day, and what psychedelics are they taking? And give me a demographic in 2 minutes, please.
Okay, so psychedelics are starting to take over the world for a large percentage of the population, largely because the war on drugs is starting to become ended. So people are losing the stigma against using drugs, and the psychedelics are the drugs that are entering into the new wave spirituality, which is also taking over the world. So your demographic is spiritual people, but not religious people, but also atheists as well, who are looking for introspection in a poetic way. So your main age range is older high schoolers, 16 to 18, and primarily young college students, 18 to 24. And so those are the people who are using psychedelics and investigating the tools that they have to offer in the inner realm, because you can go inside and take information that you can use outside. And so I would say that's the most predominant demographic, although psychedelic use is leaking into the culture in all domains. That's just where you're going to find the hotbed of it.
Thank you. Good God, that was succinct. You performed admirably for my request. One more question, the short one. Is there much crossover in the community that takes psychedelics and the community that takes drugs of a more physiological stimulant position, things like speed, methamphetamine, the new cathinones, opium, heroin, things like that? Is there much crossover?
Yes, there is. If you find someone who's typically open to taking a mind-altering substance in the form of a psychedelic, they are probably open to taking a physiologically enhancing substance that they can utilize for euphoria. So some people are real militant about it, and they'll say, I only use psychedelics for spirituality and to ascend my consciousness.
I'm sorry.
Those are the dicks. Those are the
No,
people no one likes.
Thank God. Thank God, because I laughed involuntarily. I was about to apologize.
No, it's okay. You're not alone. Those are the people that everyone is like, okay, whatever. You're not better than us because you don't use acid when it's a Friday and you can read like some Buddhist during it. So come on, give me a break, dude. So
yeah. Now keep in mind, I was introduced to drugs in the 60s, the height of the drug revolution at that time. God, what a tragic movement. We all thought we were going somewhere, we were going to change the world. The hippies, we were called.
Right.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No, we got eaten. We got eaten by the world.
Yes.
And wouldn't it be wonderful to take a psychedelic revolution, a revolution of the mind, people, my children, a revolution of the mind where you no longer accept everything that the world is telling you, that you're seeing or even hearing, and want to find a deeper truth. That's the only purpose I can see of the psychedelic branch of at least my, unfortunately, very multifaceted drug experiences.
Right. I don't think that's unfortunate. I think that's
well,
useful.
It depends on who you talk to.
that is certainly true. So
talk to wives, their opinions. Talk to the police. The police, yeah, you're right. They definitely don't agree.
They all need to trip on acid, man. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe not. Hey, listen. Yeah. Oh, this is the craziest piece. No, never mind. The story is too long. But no, acid by itself will not solve anybody's problems. You have to have acid in conjunction with a reality around you capable of reflecting the truth without frightening either you or the person whose reality you're seeing for the first time. And that's the tricky part.
Right.
That's where love comes. That's where love and a degree of oneness, not just as an idea, but as an actual physical sense. That am I truly, even at this moment, separated from you, the faceless voice coming through my earphones? Can I say there is a separation? I'm not sure. We have been communicating, and there is some intermingling now of our consciousnesses through a shared experience.
Right, but if you zoom out, it's still connected in the sense that it's still one source of consciousness that is communicating with itself, but it's fractured, right? So you have the one consciousness, but then you fracture it and you divide it into individualized subunits so it can experience itself in a more individualized context rather than, because if you're infinity all at once, that's confusing. You gotta divide that out, and then it's easier to understand. And I think that's what the psychedelic experience shows you.
Well, it depends on who's my friend. Let me talk about infinity. You mentioned that it's confusing, right? That part, I wouldn't have a fucking idea. But would it not be the loneliest entity conceivable by any form of twisted, horrific logic? No. A loneliness that must be so fucking intense
Right.
that it would wish to just immolate itself. Maybe that's what this Big Bang theory is. The loneliness of God, the universe. Give it a fucking name. I don't care. Names don't mean shit to me. I don't care the name of whoever it was that pushed my ass off the bridge.
Right.
I was pushed off the bridge. Fuck the name.
Yeah, like the MDA.
If it exists, its isolation must be infinite as well. Infinite sorrow, infinite suffering, infinite loneliness. Well, if I were such an entity and had the power, I might just bang myself into pieces as well.
Well, John, this has been the most interesting interview I've had yet. It has been a pleasure, and I hope to have you back on for a future episode.
Wait a minute. Let me hang on a second. Don't hang up yet. Didn't you just tell me? Did you not just tell me that you just had some DMT expert, right? Who was also an expert on all sorts of things on your show recently. Now, if I had known that dude was going to be on, I would be listening myself. And I've done nothing that could impart any sort of knowledge to anybody in the past half hour. Why am I the most interesting?
Oh, trust me. Okay, so I want to tell you about what this can lead to. So, like I told you about Rick Strassman. Okay, so I work with him too, but I'm working with all of these people in the psychedelic community who are doing this real research. And what we're on to right now is proving that another dimension exists. So think about this for a second. If we prove another dimension exists with science and prove it reliably, that would be the most revolutionary discovery in all of mankind ever.
All right. Now, I'm the person you should be talking to right now because I'm a scientist and a mathematician. I know more about electronics and communications and how computers work than almost anybody. And I'm reasonably well versed in the mathematics that underlies everything, including physics. Okay. Now, I can tell you this. In the world of mathematics, we have 11-dimensional universes, which we might in fact be living in, but only conscious of 3, 4, if you want to include time as a dimension, um, and 11 with string theory. You're skating on ground that's been skated over 1,000 times by mathematics, and even science.
Yes.
Entirely new theories about black holes, for example, about everything. The bending of light by gravity. What the fuck is gravity? No one ever seemed to have understood that motherfucker, including Einstein. Um, the weak force, the strong force. So, no, don't go there.
Right.
Just
Well, John, I
no,
want you
don't
to.
connect it to psychedelia. I think that limits radically the value of psychedelics and or potential value in a person's life. We don't want them coming into psychedelia with any preconceptions at all. Atheist, the believer in God, Yahweh, Ganesha, Kali. No, nothing. Drop every fucking thing at the door, including how many dimensions are. Who gives a flying fuck? You'll find out just after you've passed through.
Right. Well,
Right?
John, so here's the idea. So I want your help on this project because
Uh,
right now this is the most revolutionary idea that has ever existed.
all right.
If we have a team that proves another dimension exists, I mean that's just legendary. Like it's the most monumental thing that's ever been achieved. So I
Why?
think you're the perfect
What
person
is
to
the
be on
purpose
board
of?
with this.
Well, yes, but what is the purpose of proving it?
Okay,
What
so
is
if
trying to achieve? I'm not interested in proving any physical concept anymore.
it's not
I know my
physical,
I know my limitations. Right, the dimensions of
it
physical thing. I hope. Otherwise, we've already done 11 with string theory that work. Right,
right.
11 dimensions.
It's a psychedelic spiritual dimension. It's not necessarily spiritual in the sense that it's something you pray to or something like that, but it's like Terence McKenna spiritual. Like there's intelligent beings that live there, and we can prove it. So let me tell you real quick the way
There's
that we
something.
can do it.
For example, to get proof. I mean, like if we take them on as partners, that they can answer prayers and what kind, how often, how many per second, things like this.
We actually have an experiment that is designed to prove that this. We have an experiment. So let me pitch it to you real quick. So
Yes,
this is
and
this is the
I will
idea.
stop. I will stop joking.
No,
I'm listening.
it's okay. Totally,
I'm listening now.
you're good. I'm a jokester too. Well, we're on the same level when it comes to that.
Okay.
So here's the concept. People
Uh,
who take psychedelics, when they go to this dimensional landscape, they experience the same beings there consistently. They call them machine elves. They are autonomous entities that seem to have their own sentient consciousness outside of your own. So the idea is we send someone to the hyperspace to tell the being a number, like let's say 23. Then we send another psychonaut to ask what the number was. And if they come back with the same number, you have validated the objectivity of a dimensional landscape that is outside of physical existence, which is the most profound revelation that has ever occurred. Can you imagine? Like, honestly, I think you're the perfect person to be on this because who better to help prove that another fucking dimension exists? Like, this is legendary shit. So I want you to come on board with it
you were
because
still
you're the
talking.
kind of person.
Yes. All right. We're still talking. So let's continue talking while you've got me on the phone, because it's difficult to ever get me back on the phone. Now, let me play the old psychonaut, right? Because listen, I've when I was traveling the psychic landscape, I never saw those beings. So my apologies. Maybe those beings plopped up only after I stopped taking psychedelics, and I don't really know. But that would be my first question. And people my age are going to go, no, I never saw the psychic beings because no one ever told me about it back then. Um, that's question number one. I had a second, but I can't quite think of it now. It's not that important. So continue with your pitch.
Okay, here's the answer to question 1. These beings are only able to be experienced on DMT because DMT is only produced in the human body. It's the only psychedelic that exists within the human nervous system. A lot of people think DMT is produced by the pineal gland in the brain, and that's not true. It's produced in the lungs. It's a common myth that culture has adopted that's inaccurate. And so DMT is actually endogenously produced in the lungs, and so it naturally connects you to this dimensional landscape that you can use your consciousness to observe. And only when using DMT would you be able to realistically access this dimensional landscape. So it takes DMT to do it, and it takes someone who's an experienced psychonaut with DMT to get there. I have people on my team who can reliably contact the entities and communicate information back from them. We just need more work on the experimental design, research end. Everything's coming together with this.
Listen, the psychedelic world is nice, but there is another world just as real, unfortunately, far more rumble tumble in the world of matter. We got energy and matter. The speed and opium, they're in the world of matter. Psychedelics in the world of energy, as I view them. And you have to be very careful when you combine those two things.
Yes, you do.
Right? I mean, you're a psychonaut, all right? You're on this earth to run down that trail with as much bravery as you can, accepting as I did. Listen, goddamn, you would have loved the '60s. People just handed out pills, which people, without question, even strangers, you're in a fucking club, right? And someone passes out a pill you've never seen. Nobody questioned. You popped it. People didn't poison each other back then. I don't know what the fuck happened, but no, we didn't do shit like that. And you just took it. And sometimes you're going, whoa, you saw the dude with the leather outfit. Man, which way did he go? Man, I need more of that shit, right? Stuff like that.
Wow.
No.
That sounds, you're teasing me, man. That sounds so amazing.
No, that was the absolute fucking fact. No, I can't count the number of pills. I just go, especially if it's a fucking friend. Oh, dude, try this. Yeah, good. Try. You know, right. Never asked what it was. Half the time you didn't know. Right?
Right.
Even if you did back then, you weren't sure what it was. I mean, some might have found a bag of something, right? Massively potent shit.
Jesus.
And then go, what is this shit? So because I don't know, I think that's MDA, which is what people said they thought it was that I took the whole fucking bag off. Anyway, so you didn't really know, but you knew that if they had taken it, you know.
Right, it's kind of safe if they took it and they're still kicking.
They took it and they're going, hey, man, I want to share this experience. Oh, fuck yes.
Yes. Yeah, man, I would have loved the '60s. That sounds like my time.
We were so free. Anyway, thanks very much, and get in touch with Janice.
Yes, will do. So, that was my conversation with John McAfee. I'm hoping to work with him on a psychedelic treatment center that both provides psychedelic therapy and also researches the inner landscape with a scientific methodology. So far, he seems to be interested. So we will see how that goes. As always, if you support the show, you can donate on Patreon under The Lucid Truth, and you can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. Stay tuned, and I hope to see you for the next episode of The Lucid Truth.